Hello and welcome. Today we are jumping into the world of strategic marketing communications. We're going to break down a modern framework, drawing on some brilliant insights from Professor Alexander Chernev at Northwestern University. This is really all about how to cut through the noise in a very, very crowded world.
So, think about it. The media landscape today is it's a minefield. You've got social media, you've got traditional ads, influencers, your own website, email, podcasts. The list just goes on and on. For any of us in business, the real question isn't just how to communicate, it's how do you build a strategy that's actually cohesive, a strategy that works, that delivers real results. How do you bring some order to all that chaos?
Well, we can start by organizing all of our options into what I like to call a marketer's toolkit. It's a simple but really powerful way to think about it. Basically, every single communication channel you could possibly use fits into one of four buckets: paid, owned, earned, and a really interesting one called inbound. Let's dig into what each of these really means for your strategy.
First up, we've got paid media. Now, this is the one you're probably most familiar with, the classic approach. You're paying for space. Think about TV commercials, banner ads online, or sponsoring a big event. The massive advantage here? Reach and control. You get to craft the exact message you want, and you pay to put it in front of a ton of people. But what's the catch? Well, it's expensive for one, and you have surprisingly little control over the context, like what ad or what piece of content shows up right next to yours.
Next in the toolkit is owned media. These are the channels that you have complete and total control over. We're talking about your company website, the design of your product packaging, even a special event you host yourself. The beauty of this is you have total message control, and it's generally very cost-effective. The main drawback, though, your reach is often limited to people who already know you. You really have to work to get new eyes on these channels.
And now for earned media. For a lot of marketers, this is the holy grail. This is what happens when other people start talking about you for free. It could be a fantastic review in a major publication, a social media post that goes viral, or just good old-fashioned word of mouth. Its greatest strength is without a doubt credibility. A recommendation from a neutral third party is just incredibly powerful. The trade-off is huge, though. You have almost zero control over what they're actually saying.
And finally, there's inbound media. This one kind of flips the whole script. Instead of you pushing a message out to the customer is the one who actively comes looking for you. Just think about someone typing a problem into Google and finding your blog post with the solution, or a potential client reaching out directly to one of your reps. Your job here isn't to broadcast a message, it's to create the valuable content and clear pathways that pull interested customers right to your doorstep.
So, let's put it all together. This table lays out the strategic trade-offs beautifully. Look at paid media. You get high control, but it comes at a high cost and, let's be honest, pretty low credibility. Now look at earned media. It's the exact opposite. Super high credibility, no direct cost, but you give up almost all control. Owned and inbound sits somewhere in between. A really solid marketing strategy doesn't just pick one. It uses a smart mix of all of these, constantly balancing control, cost, and credibility to hit its goals.
Okay, so we've covered the where, all the different channels in our toolkit, but now we have to talk about the what. Right? It is not enough to just kick the right channel, you have to fill it with a message that actually connects with people. This is the creative core of everything we do.
One of the most crucial creative decisions you'll make is who actually delivers your message. Is it the company speaking in a corporate voice? Is it an employee? Or maybe it's a regular customer giving a testimonial. You could also bring in an independent expert, a well-known celebrity, or a social media influencer. And the effectiveness of that person really boils down to three key things: their perceived expertise in the area, their general likability, and probably most important of all, their trustworthiness.
Then you've got this big choice. Are you going to appeal to the head or to the heart? Information-based appeals are all about logic. They use facts, product demos, problem-solution setups. They work great for things that are high involvement, very functional products. Think a new piece of software or a refrigerator. On the flip side, emotion-based appeals tap into feelings, joy, love, maybe even a little bit of fear or guilt. And those are far more effective for choices that are driven by desire, like a vacation, a luxury car, or a fashion brand. Okay, this next one is so important. I call it the complexity trap. As marketers, we live and breathe our products. We are super involved. But our audience, they are busy. They're distracted. They're scrolling past hundreds of messages a day. There is a massive danger in creating a message that's just too clever or too complex. It might win a creative award, but if your audience doesn't have the time or the energy to figure it out, your message has failed. Period.
So you've picked your channels, you've crafted the perfect message,
Now it is time to bring that strategy to life. And in today's world, that execution is more and more powered by some pretty sophisticated technology, especially artificial intelligence.
And a perfect example of this is programmatic advertising. Now, this isn't just about automatically buying ad space anymore. It's about using AI to automate the entire process, figuring out the right audience, buying the exact right media slot at the right price, and even customizing the ad itself. All of it happening in a fraction of a second. It gives us a level of precision and efficiency that was basically science fiction just a decade ago.
All right, the campaign is live. The message is out in the wild. But did it work? This is the final and maybe the most crucial step, measuring your impact. And believe me, it is not just about looking at the final sales numbers. We need a much more nuanced way to look at this.
We can really think about impact on 3 different levels. So first, there's awareness. You have to ask, did people even see our message? Did they understand it? Did they remember it? Then there's the second level, preferences. Did we actually change how people feel or think about our brand? And finally, you get to behavior. Did we actually get them to do something? Did they make a purchase, visit a store, or click that link? Each level tells a critical part of the story. And this brings us to a huge pitfall when we're measuring: attribution bias. It is so easy to give all the credit to the channel that's easiest to measure, right? Like that last click on a digital ad that led to a sale. But that click was often made possible by a whole bunch of other, harder to measure things, like a TV ad that built awareness or a great article that built trust. It's like giving all the credit to the person who scored the goal and completely ignoring the amazing pass that set the whole thing up. Don't undervalue what you can't easily count.
So now let's pull all of these different pieces together. If you want to manage this whole process effectively, from your initial strategy to your execution, all the way to measurement, you can lean on 3 absolutely essential principles. These are the things that ensure you are always communicating with a single, unified voice.
The legendary ad man Leo Burnett just said it perfectly. We want consumers to say, "That's a hell of a product," instead of, "That's a hell of an ad." This quote just captures the first and most important principle so well. Your creativity, your clever ad, it must always, always serve the product and the business goal, not the other way around. A brilliant ad that doesn't actually sell the product is, at the end of the day, a failure.
So here they are, the 3 pillars. First, as Burnett advised, is strategic focus. Always prioritize your marketing goals over just being entertaining. Second is consistency. Your brand's voice, its look, its message, it has to feel unified across every single touch point, from a big Super Bowl ad to a simple tweet. And the third pillar is synergy. This is the goal that all your different communications work together so that their combined impact is way, way bigger than if each one was just working on its own.
And that really leaves us with one final big question to think about for your own work. When you step back and you look at all of your marketing efforts, your paid, your owned, your earned, your inbound channels, are they all telling one cohesive story? Is your brand truly communicating with a single unified voice? Because ultimately, that's the goal.